Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a little bit of a different video. I am showing you my different bank accounts and kind of what I use them for, because I've realized that I do a monthly budget update as well as like a budget closeout. So I guess 2 budget videos a month pretty much, showing you exactly how I spend my money, but not necessarily where I put it. And I recently did a video with my last cash envelope stuffing. I'll go ahead and leave that linked up in the cards above. And I guess that could be considered one of my accounts, I guess. But because I am moving, I didn't want to have all that cash. So I just deposited all of that into the bank. And again, this is to kind of show you where I put all of that money. So I have it broken down by each of the financial institutions and then the type of account I have as well as what I use it for. So let's go ahead and get started. So my primary bank is Chase Bank and I have a checking account with them. And this is set up with my direct deposit. So this is kind of like my main account, the main hub for all the money that kind of everything goes in there and then everything comes out of it pretty much. So again, I have direct deposit set up, and then all of my personal monthly expenses, I just leave in the checking account because it doesn't really make any sense to move it somewhere else and then move it back there once I have to pay my credit card bill, or if I have any bills associated like pulling directly from my checking account. It kind of just makes sense to have it sit there. And this is the account that is linked to my credit card, and I do pay it off in full every single month, so that's not an issue. But I leave all of those expenses, such as trying to think of my budget. So like clothing items, even though I don't spend money on clothing every month, there is a possibility. So I like to keep that in my main checking account. Patreon, which is a personal bill. I'm blanking on what else I keep in my checking account. It's really not that much, but just any kind of monthly expenses that come up, I keep it there. And I also do have $1,000 buffer, which is $1,000, which is a small portion of my emergency fund that I keep in my checking account just in case I go over, or if I need extra money for like a medical expense, for example, or something along those lines. Oh, medical, that's another thing that I keep in my checking account. That used to be a cash envelope, but now I'm keeping it in my checking account. So again, not really that much is in here. A lot of money comes into here well, not a lot, I don't get paid that much, but money comes in here. And then this is kind of where I kind of shoot everything off into different accounts every time I get paid. And then I also do have a savings account with Chase Bank. It used to be my main savings account. However, their interest rate is 0.01%. So basically every $1,000 that I have in that savings account, I only get paid 1 cent a month on that. And I mean, the purpose of the savings account isn't to make money. It's a kind of like an added benefit, but I kind of wanted to get a little bit more bang for my buck, if you will. So I decided to keep $1,000 emergency fund there just to have it liquid. And because it's in the same bank, whatever money I transfer happens on the same exact day. So if I need, for example, the $1,000 in this buffer and that, I have access to $2,000 for my emergency fund, like right away, basically. So that is what I left in it. And then I transferred everything for my savings to a Capital One savings account because they have a lot higher interest. I mean, recently it has been lower with everything going on, but it has been slowly getting up to where it used to be, which I think, don't quote me, but I think when I signed up, it was around 2%. I want to say, I'm not sure, but either way, I definitely am making more money in interest in my Capital One savings account than my Chase savings account. So this is for all of my other random stuff. So in this savings account, I have the remaining balance of my emergency fund and then basically my other sinking funds, which are long-term savings. So if I'm saving up for, I have National Park Pass money. I have saving up money for my friends' weddings in there since I don't, make those purchases frequently. Technology, which is saving up for a new phone. I have in there a new car, things like that, where I'm not pulling from every month, like they're, again, long-term savings, or if there's a bill that's yearly. So for example, FabFitFun, which charges me annually, I have the money in the savings account, and then once it comes due, I'll just transfer it back to my checking. So that is what I have. And then I also have 2 other accounts with Capital One. The first one is a joint checking account with my partner. This is just monthly expenses. So this kind of functions the same way as my personal checking account, where we both transfer our money into that checking account, and we just use it for expenses. So this is for groceries, date night, SunPass, which is the like expressway tolls, and so on. So this checking account pretty much at the beginning of the month, it gets a lot of money. Well, again, not a lot, but it gets an income, and then it pretty much dwindles down throughout the remaining of the month because this money is meant to be spent. Now, obviously, we try not to spend all of it so we can put extra into savings, but if we have to spend all of it, that was what was budgeted. So this account kind of goes up and down and just fluctuates in balance pretty much a lot, but that's the point of it. And then the last account I have with Capital One is our joint savings. And again, this pretty much functions as my other personal savings with Capital One, which is just long-term. So this one we have for our renter's insurance because we only pay that once a year. Saving up for the new car, we actually have in the joint savings, not my personal one. A national park pass, Costco membership, Amazon membership, things like that we only pay once a year, or are a big item that we're saving up for example, for Peru, we have all of the money in here because I figured we might as well kind of make some money off of it if we're not going to be touching it. So that is all for Capital One. And then the next account that I have is with Ally Bank. It's just a normal checking account, and this checking account actually does earn interest. My other checking account with Chase Bank doesn't, but the checking account with Capital One also earns interest. And this Ally Bank, I just have one account with them. It's checking, and this is all for my Missy Brie related stuff. Now, I am not really making any money. I'm not monetized on YouTube, but I do use affiliate links with Erin Condren that I always have linked down below. And again, thank you for everyone who has used them because I have this bank set up with the deposits from Share a Sale. So that's really the only income I have going into this account. I also sometimes save up for like a new camera, for example. I sometimes transfer like some money into this account. So this account is basically just everything Missy Brie planning related. Again, because there's no income, I'm not really taking expenses from there, but I want to keep it separate for if I end up making money on this platform, then it'll all be linked to here. But until then, I want to keep everything separate. And yeah, so that is what this account is. And then I just have one more financial institution on here. It's not really a bank account, but it is somewhere where I have money saved. So I have 2 retirement accounts with Fidelity. I have a rollover IRA, which used to be a 401k with my previous employer. And again, that is obviously for retirement. And then I am actively investing in my Roth IRA. Also, both of these are with Fidelity. I didn't really choose Fidelity. It was just the institution that my previous employer used with their 401k. So I just chose to stay there because I really haven't had any issues with it. And their customer service so far has been great every time I've needed them. So I just chose to open up my Roth IRA with them as well. And since I'm not contributing to this, I am contributing to my Roth IRA. And I decided to put this in this video just because it is money sitting somewhere that I can access. Granted, I will have to pay fees if I need to use it now. I am not planning on doing that. I'm planning on having it sit there until I retire, but I did decide to include it because one, I am investing in, or at least transferring money into one of them, and also it is kind of like a pot of money that I have, so I decided to include it. So that is all for my bank accounts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful if you're kind of questioning how you want to save/move your money around. And I forgot to mention at the beginning that the products I used for this was just this Erin Condren washi tape up top and the Erin Condren dual tip marker in Sapphire. These are the products that I used, and I'll have these linked down below if you are interested. So again, that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.